Good day, viewers. It's another beautiful week and a splendid weekend it was indeed. In my previous video, you were able to know who you are and what your purpose in life is. Before I proceed, I'd like to share you some of my personal story. Indeed, everyone has a story to tell. Even the rich and successful persons we know out there all had stories about their failures and successes. So here's my story to spark up a little bit of motivation. I'm a Nigerian. And I won't say exactly that the situation of things here is difficult than any part of the world. But since I have lived all my 32 years right here without leaving the shores of this country, then I can only speak about it. After all, my knowledge about other countries are from movies I've watched or from books I have read. I was born to my parents out of wedlock. My mom barely got through with secondary school, known as high school in the United States and other parts of the world. Life was a struggle for her. There was no job, nor any means for her to take care of me. So my grandparents took me in. What about my dad? His situation was worse than mom's. He has lost his own father before he knew right from wrong, and his mother's proceeds from her petty trade was way insufficient to cater for his needs. So, he stepped out and toured the streets of Lagos, here in Nigeria, to fend for himself. The struggles are too much to be incorporated into this video. And me. I grew up with my mom's parents. Grandma was an educationist. Grandpa, a civil servant. Reserved, gentle, recessive in nature. Grandma was exactly opposite. She bore most of the responsibilities as regards the upkeep of the home. Luckily, education in the early 90s here in Nigeria was free of tuition fees, so I had to buy just textbooks and incur expenses on transportation and feeding. In 2005, I was done with high school, but I had difficulty in obtaining the high school examination result which would enable me proceed further to the university. I spent 3 years trying to get the credit in just a subject so I could forge ahead. Finally, in 2007, I had my complete high school certificate result and proceeded to take university entrance examinations for 3 years without success. I always fell below the cutoff mark for 4 different universities within those 3 years. After my failure to secure admission in a university, the next option was a polytechnic. I applied to study science laboratory technology at the Lagos State Polytechnic here in Lagos. And you know what? Again, I was rejected to study on full-time, which is a 2-year duration. So, I opted in for part-time options, and finally in 2009, I became an undergraduate, studying science laboratory technology, hoping to come up with a good grade that would enable me study the medicine my grandparents wanted me to study so much against my own desire for being an author. Did you get that? I thought everything was set on a smooth sail until my second year, when I lost my job and made the terrible decision of dropping out of school in 2011 due to lack of funds. Within the space of 2012 and 16, I had attempted to secure a Bachelor of Science degree, grade A level British certificate, wrote 2 books which never had a single sale, joined the Air Force, all to no avail. Finally in 2017, I resorted to get back to Lagos State Polytechnic, where I had to start ordinary national diploma all over again at the age of 29. I had to swallow my pride. A lot of my mates back in 2012 were already graduates, some had gotten married with kids. I believe you know how daunting that would be for someone like me who was jilted by 3 different women I truly loved and wanted to be with within 4 years, until date I have no relationship. Now back at Lagos State Polytechnic to bag an OND in Science Laboratory Technology, which has been a tough but solo journey, has been halted again by the COVID-19 pandemic. Just a month to final exams, lockdown was declared. So you see, life is full of ups and downs, and that's what makes it interesting and beautiful altogether, but you won't get frustrated about life's ups and downs when you know who you are and your purpose for living. So that's it for today, viewers. Thank you for watching. See ya tomorrow.